There we go. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. This is Howard One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwadim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. What you're looking at is a new image from R2 Swan. 3-Eye Atlas. And you see it has no tail. It has not broken up, as they're saying in the news, all right, which is all propaganda. It has not broken up. It has no tail. This right here is facing towards the sun. This is like some type of light or force field around the objects that are in the middle. All right, there's objects in the middle of this, um, look like a shield, a force field. But this is a new update. New update. All right. Breaking news. Breaking news. Matter of fact, let me put that instead of this right here. Breaking news. Breaking news, man. Um, 3-Eye Atlas. What they call 3-Eye Atlas. Remember, the three means the third interstellar object. I meaning interstellar. Atlas is the first telescope that spotted it. This right here, I think, is from the Nordic telescope. I gotta look it up. This now on the news, they're telling you. I'm gonna show you. They're telling you lies. All right, right here. This is what they're showing on the news. Now, if you see this image on the news, they'll say, "Look, it has a tail, so it's a comet now." That's watching this guy's page, Dobsonian Power. He's the first. He's the one that's using thermal telescopes, linking up with some of his fellow astronomers that are looking at the stars. That name, Bill Green, I think his name is. Um, they be looking at it live. They showing you live pictures and videos from their telescopes of 3-Eye Atlas and R2 Swan and V1 Borisov. All right, and it's showing. Now this right here is from I don't know who put this out there, but this is clearly propaganda because there's something that these astronomers do called stacking. All right, stacking, and when you stack an image, it can like say for instance this something's like a like, okay, for instance these lines right here that you see going across, this shows that something passed through it like a satellite or a meteor, and it'll drag the trail out. That's stacking. So if this was just a little small poof, you see it's identical right here. It did nothing but drag this little um, poof of whatever you call it, but it's not a cometary tail. Cometary tail will be dragged out way further. All right, so this just takes it, and if it's a dot, it's going to duplicate it and drag it. Any type of movement, it drags it out. So that's what they did with this. They took a little tiny cloud that was behind it and they dragged it and it dragged it out. And we're looking at the trail, the just like this is a trail, these lines here. All right. So this is not a true image, man. This is a an example of Esau's lies. This is Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right. So their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They're like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, man. You know. So people like NASA, we know NASA is a satanic based organization, and they're hiding everything, right? They're hiding. They're the only country right now allegedly hiding the true images. Um, where is it? Hiding the true images of what they saw from their space telescope or satellites or camera that was out there in, near Mars when it passed right by this object or objects passed right by Mars. All right, NASA. Never trust a snake. Never trust them, man. They're like the deaf adder that stop up the air. They're poison like the poisonous serpents. Right. So, and they're putting out these images. They're hiding information. Like this right here, they're saying three-eye atlas signs of a breakup near the sun. So they're using this image as an example, and it's a stacked image. It's not a true image. All right, and if it was broken up, you would see all kind of stuff around it. So it's the signs of a breakup near the sun. I don't trust this guy. A lot of people, even Dobsonian Power, is talking to this guy here named Avi Loeb, and he's the guy that plays the middle fence. Like he'll tell you he thinks it's um, a fleet or beings inside of these chariots, but then he'll tell you um, at the same time he don't know what it is. It could just be a comet. So he playing both sides of the fence because if he it's like this, if he sides with the mindset of it being an intelligence inside this craft, then his peers in the science community won't they'll basically what do you call that? Turn him into the black sheep, you know. Um, so they will basically keep information from him. All right. So you'll hear him talk and he'll be rambling for like a good 30 minutes. And he'll just basically tell you, I don't know anything. So be careful with him, man. All right. But these are new images from Three Eye Atlas from this guy's page, Dobsonian Power. And you can see what they've been showing is a lie with the poof or whatever that was behind it, the stacked images. And this is live. Well, this right here is not live. This is from let me show you. All right, this is from his page, Dobsonian Power. All right, they was excited. They were showing breaking news. Um, let me see what he got. This is what they've been showing, and this is actually K1 Atlas. All right, it's not AI eight, but three eye Atlas. This is K1 Atlas that was broken up. So this is a lie as well. They try to say it's three eye Atlas, but this is K1 Atlas, a different one. And I'm gonna show you. This is three eye Atlas.
What if you can create your own?
So I can wait for this to go by. This is three eye. Look at that. Whew. This look more along the lines of man, something whatever's in the middle got to be bright. Look at that. Look at that. Clean around it. No tail. No tail. It has not broken up. It's still intact, completely intact. If anything, it looks stronger and brighter because of the light that's around it, especially since it's pointed this way. They were saying that he was saying it has to be stronger than the sun's plasma that shoot from the sun. Boom, 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 you know, pummeling it with plasma from the sun. But this right here, this little whatever this is not a tail, but it's pointed towards the sun. Look how bright it is, man. Sheesh. At the core, it's perfect. He said it looked like an egg. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna show you real quick some updates. This is an update. All right. Oh, I'm gonna show you the camera, the telescope that he was talking about. He says it's called the Nordic Optical Telescope. All right. November 11th, 2025. So this was when they were saying it broke up, but it didn't. They're saying that it has outgassing like a comet, but you don't see anything around it. All right. This right here shows the energy around it. Look at the layers it got. And the closer you get to it, the hotter it is. It goes way out to here, protecting what's in the center. Now, I did a lesson on this last week, and it shows that I mean, we know that this object is bigger than Manhattan. They say it's big as Manhattan. No, it's bigger than that. They don't know the true size of it. And it's and if you look at the center, there's objects in the middle, clear objects. I got some on my phone, but my phone, the memory is so um compact, too much stuff in there, I guess. So I gotta upload it to the hard drive and do it that way, external hard drive. Trying to upload it from my phone to the pictures from my phone to the internet. It keeps asking for access and all this dumb shit. And it won't let me. So hopefully I get those images up later. But this is the new update. There you go. Look at that. All right. If you go on his page, you'll see he shows it he shows it live as well from yesterday. They were actually live looking at 3i Atlas. Look at this right here. What is this? Come on, man. This is not a comet. And you got some energy or light shooting out of it. All right. That's clearly not a comet. And then you have V1 Borisov, which appeared out of nowhere the other day. And they're not talking about it. They'll say it disappeared. There you go. This is what they're putting out there. They'll say V1 Borisov popped up and then it disappeared. Well, it's still there because, again, I'm gonna go to his page one more time if I can find it. Yeah, right here. He went live yesterday with one of his partners, and they showed 3i Atlas right here. All right, they showed 3i Atlas. This is live, like literally live. No tail, no breaking up, none of that. This joint still intact after making its travel to perihelion from behind the sun. It's still intact, stronger than ever. No tail around it. Clearly crashed, man. something being protected. So he did this live yesterday with one of his partners in another state. I think he's over in Portugal. But he said, "All right, I need you to show V1 Borisov as well because they're saying it broke up." No, it didn't.
Well, then it's there pointing. Chris Green is pointing. It didn't vanish.
There you go.
In the world, we can confirm live views from V1 Borisov. It didn't vanish. It didn't vanish. Very well done. It's there pointing. Chris Green is pointing towards the object.
Chris,
He has all NASA.
yeah, his homie is called Chris Green.
He's a very good amateur astronomer. Very, very good. For years that works with us in collaboration with live.
Yeah, man. So they went live yesterday and showed that hold on one second. Hold on. There you go. And they showed that this V1 Borisov is still there. Look between the Earth and Three Eye Atlas. Unexpected discovery. It popped up out of nowhere.
They keep coming at us, guys. So now the astronomers have found another mysterious new object. I'm not talking about interstellar
Look at that. No tail. Ooh.
object, 3I Atlas. They have found something else, and they call this. I love this headline. I mean, because they said astronomers have found a mysterious new object flying between hostile alien threat and Earth. This is to be determined what 3I Atlas is, but we have between 10 and 11 confirmed anomalies of 3I Atlas that are kind of strange. And it did have the chance if it was an alien spaceship, because there's some controversies in how it has accelerated that.
Yeah, see, we ain't got time for see how Esau talk? How they going into slavery. See how they talk? They call it new speak. They drag you on, talking in circles. You know what I'm saying? It's like this using prolonged sentences, disinformation, not giving you the straight up information. Like, listen how she's talking again, man. It's like witchcraft.
Much, which could be a thrust engine. I'm just telling you the options, guys. That it could have used the time where it wasn't visible from Earth to send some smaller probes or drone towards Earth. I mean,
Yeah, that's what they were saying. They were saying once this object went behind the sun, it could have been sending out smaller chariots, basically, in our terminology. And now out of nowhere, this new object um that they call V1 Borisov from the telescope that spotted it, it popped up out of nowhere. All right. So they're saying this could be like a mothership letting out a bunch of chariots. So let me see something. And if that's the case for America, for Esau, this is what they probably saying inside their office. NASA, what they saying. Because for what other reason would they not release the photos? They saying it's because of government shutdown, but they knew about it ahead of time. And they still showing other views from telescope, Hubble's, all the different shit from looking at other stars. So it's not the shutdown, right? They putting blurry images out that look like Space Invader from the 80s. So if the Lord didn't create people like these amateur astronomers, we would never see what's really going on out there. They said when it was near the sun, you won't be able to see it at all. This guy, Dobsonian Power, he used a thermal camera, a thermal telescope, flipped it on him, where you can look right at the sun and see the objects. That's the Most High, man. You know, let's get this real quick. Um, this is Second Thessalonians 2:7. And the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, man. All right, let's get that. All right, iniquity is a biblical term for sin that is twisted, crooked, the crooked serpent, or perverse, emphasizing a willful and often ongoing pattern of disobedience to Yahweh rather than an isolated act, like continued just wickedness, man. Continued lies, right? It says, until he be taken out of the way. And that's what Yahweh Shah is showing up to do with his holy angels. Yahweh sending him um to bring judgment. All right. And he said, well, I will send it forth into the house of the thief. So he's sending judgment forth into the house of the thief in the form of chariots. And then shall that wicked be revealed, man. All right. So now we in the time where the wicked is being revealed for their wickedness, and that wicked nation is Edom, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, right, with judgment and through his prophets, which is the word, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, man. This could be it. This could be it. All right. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, man. Who is that? Esau. People like NASA. They're whatever they do is after the workings of the adversary, teaching lies, teaching propaganda, pushing their own agenda. All right. If they see the chariots, they say it's just meteors. Then you gotta watch out for Project Bluebeam. It says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, and with all power and signs and lying wonders, man. So they may try to sneak Project Bluebeam up in there. They have um, their agenda on the internet, social media, pushing lies out there. Right? AI technology could create false images. And with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they believe not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. And that's talking about 2/3 of our people that didn't believe us when we told them the truth. The Lord gonna make them believe lies. Lies like saying there's little green aliens out there, saying the earth is gonna get destroyed completely, saying that nothing's coming, it's just asteroids, right? Our people gonna get passed around like hotcakes in the midst of those lies. We say, with every wind of doctrine, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness, man. All right. Because when the Lord show up, they're gonna try to lie and deceive us, and they're gonna go to war with Yahweh Shai and their holy angels. That shows you the determination they want to keep this kingdom. Esau want to keep his blessing, but their blessing is up. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning that will follow. And I believe personally that the angels are in the midst, like a lot of you out there believe. All right. And remember that movie Arrival? Yeah, this might be that time. You remember this movie? I might watch that today. I just don't like it because it was all creepy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this movie right here. I remember this movie, Arrival, and the only thing I picked up from this is when the chariot came out of the sky. That was clean. The response from everybody, they was shocked, and also they were saying these intelligent beings knew how to meet us or humans at the perfect place at the perfect time in our dimension. Meaning, like, hey, I'll meet you here at this point in time. And that reminds me of how Yahweh was able to send Yahweh Shai perfectly. Like, man, some women doing double dutch and they got to time it right when to jump into the mix of the rope. Well, we look at time that way, and Yahweh Shai can go into time, into our orbit, right? Come into our orbit and where is it at? I'm gonna try to show you. All right, so entering our orbit, see that, which is be entering our time period. Now, I believe it's a fleet. That's just me. A fleet of angels. Um, could be the archangels. Who knows, man? But I feel like they setting up. But it's like they setting up for some grand finale, which we know of in the scriptures. All right, letting you know that the angels of the Lord are encamped around them that fear the Most High. So they're in the midst. All right. So Yahweh's going to send Yahweh Shai forth in the right time. He said, "No man knows the day nor the hour, man." So this 3-eye atlas, what if it just turn around? Shoot. You just never know. Either way, we're going to see all the holy angels with Yahweh Shai coming in power and great glory towards this earth someday. It went by all the planets, but didn't come to the earth. It's going to happen someday. All right. So let's look at some images real quick that I got here. This is from last week when it showed no tail came out from behind the sun and no signs of breaking up. This is before it went behind the sun. All right. This is from Dobsonian Power, and he was looking at the thermal images. And you can still see that force field around it right here a little bit, but there's an object clearly in the middle. And that's what I see every time I look it up. It's like an object, couple objects in the middle with chariots around it. These are the first images from Dobsonian Power, and it shows the force field around it. This is a heat signature picture. All right. They said it looked like a Death Star. And this is today. All right. And then you have R2 Swan. I did a lesson on that one. You look it up on the page. R2 Swan, which showed up last week, right? Along with multiple. They said it's like 17 alleged comets out there, and most of them don't have tails, so they're not comets. Clearly, V1 Borisov just popped up out of nowhere between the Earth and 3-eye Atlas, and they're saying it disappeared, but it didn't. It's still there. Why? There you go. This is Proverbs 15. And 3, the eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good, watching the earth, man. That's what good needs. Uh, look, beholding the evil and the good. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which has been is now, and that which is to be have already been. Yahweh requireth that which is past. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment on this earth, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. All right. So on this earth, there's wickedness and righteousness. It says, and I said in my heart, Yahweh shall judge the righteous and the wicked. But there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. So the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. And it says, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good, even from space, looking down at the place of judgment. All right. So they're watching. Let me see something. Daniel 4 and 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So he's looking down at the place of judgment on earth, and he set up the basis of men, which is Esau, and now we're on the bottom. So now he's going to set us up. All right. So that's what he's showing up to do. First Samuel 2 and 8, he raiseth up the poor out of the dust, all right, the Israelites, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are Yahweh's, and he hath set the world upon them. All right, so he's showing that even during the Tower of Babel, it said Yahweh sent down his angels, and they came down and saw the children of men that they were being wicked. And it is called divine intervention, when God intervenes, all right, and turns the page. So you have all these miracles, miraculous things happening, signs in the heavens. I'll show you something else. Get a little nice backdrop picture. But yeah, man, here you go. Weird. It says, at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. You can see it's clearly a force field around it. And this thing is huge. It's not little marble and shit or a bowling ball. Nope. This is huge. Probably bigger than Florida, you know. They saying it's bigger than Manhattan. So this is huge. How many planes and boats and crafts, or what you call them things? Yachts and battleships could you fit inside of Manhattan? That shows you this thing is huge, man. All right. I'm gonna read this one and I'll wrap it up. But this is a quick update. You gotta look out for V1 Borisov just pulled up like a um, cavalry for 3-Eye Atlas. All right, like a fleet. Look, Object C slash 2025 V1 Borisov detected by Gennady Borisov in Crimea, the same astronomer who discovered the second known interstellar object 2I 21 Borisov. So, and they make it like a rock look. So it appeared between the Earth and 3i Atlas the other day. And then you have R2 Swan. Can't forget about that. Man, I'm trying to delete these pictures. Oh, you got Comet Lemon. But Comet Lemon that just passed by, that had a tail. Look, Comet Lemon. Just give me an update what's going on out there because they're lying again. They say the liar and the father of it. They're saying that it broke up, it disappeared, um, it broke into pieces. It has jets, 7 jets shooting out. Who cares about that, man? It's saying it's creating a stream of cometary tail. When you look at it, it's just a plume behind it, and they're doctoring the images. But if you look here, I'm not going to zoom in on all this. But if you look here, you have something called Comet Lemon, and it just passed by. All right, the other day. Did they have the date on here? No, but it was like a couple days ago, so it's still out there. But you can see the cometary tail clearly on it. Gas and ice or dust. That's a comet. All right. So all right. So yeah, man, it could turn around. You never know. They show you the trajectory like it's just going off the paper. The, um, two-dimensional screen that I'm looking at, and it just goes out of the square. You can't see it no more. No, space don't work like that. Space, you can look at the Earth, go past it, and it's still right there. And you go far away from it, it's still right there. You turn, you're still right there. There's no up, no down, no left, no right in space. So, all right. So let me get this. This is an updated new breaking news. Breaking news. New images from 3i Atlas. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Look at that. You can see the force field around it, just like in this image right here. All right, this is the heat detection of it. All right, I'm gonna read the scripture and end it. Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So they're talking about the nuclear war that's gonna break out. All right. And the stars of heaven being shaken, meaning um, all the planets and everything around the Earth. Once them nuclear missiles hit, that blast is going to quake those planets, all right, in their orbit, and the Earth is going to reel to and fro. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. All right. So we're in that time where Yahweh Shai is going to be revealed from his chariots. And this is different from the elect being taken up. This is the sight of Yahweh Shai, meaning no more hiding, no more if you not hiding but being hidden. And you're gonna be able to see him in the chariots. You see the telescopes and everything they got. It's gonna be worldwide, and then they're gonna be coming towards the earth, so you ain't gonna be able to hide it. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. So they're gonna make an announcement, or you're gonna hear trumpets blasting, and the whole world gonna know. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. So it ain't talking about the elect. This is talking about 2/3 that didn't listen. They're gonna be mourning because they're gonna realize, damn, this was true. That's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. The clouds, man, the chariots, and those chariots have force fields around them. All right, not because they're weak, but because they're too pure, man, and that's part of their power is to have a force field. Used of the cloud which led the Israelites in the wilderness. All right, and what did it say? Um, Exodus 14 and 24. All right, this is when the Lord led us out of Egypt, 1446 BC. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yahweh looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud and troubled the host of the Egyptians. So the angels are in there watching from these chariots, man. The Lord is looking through these chariots. All right, the watchers. So now let's go back. All right, so there'd be how you say it, Napalia, Napala. This means a cloud. Let's see if we get more detail real quick. Cloudiness. Right, look like cloudy pillars. So let's go back real quick and get this real fast now. It says, and there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. All right, just seeing them. Like this right now is a sign of Yahushua. He's coming. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. 2/3 of our people. They're gonna mourn that didn't listen, that didn't believe in these heathens. And they shall see the Son of Man, but the elect are gonna rejoice. All right. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels. So he's gonna send his angels out to gather the elect. With they call them mini probes. This object is gonna send out probes. Esau's language, man. Probes. Crazy, man. All right. That's Scientology talk. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. So it ain't gonna be no more secret. Coming in power and great glory. They showed up before humble, so he could be crucified, for the children of Israel and the Father's commands. But now he's showing up, and Yahweh said, "What before? This is my beloved Son. Hear ye him." Now he's saying, "This is my beloved Son. Bow down to him." All right, and he shall send his angel with the great sound of a trumpet. So we're gonna know when that time is. First, we're gonna see him showing up. That's gonna be a whole extravagant event. And then at some point, he's gonna send his angel, say, go get him with the sound of a trumpet. All right. And he shall send his angel with a great sound of a trumpet. These are two separate events. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn the parable of a fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. All right, man. That was a cool little update, real quick, on this alleged three-eye atlas, which me personally I believe is a fleet of chariots. First examples of what's to come. R2 Swan, V1 Borisov, and what they call Three-Eye Atlas, which I believe is a fleet. And I believe there's more out there. He still got the Black Knight chariot over the Arctic or some shit like that. You can look into that, type in the Black Knight UFO. All right, with that, I'm gonna end it. Hopefully this was edifying and encouraging and clarification, because they putting a lot of lies out there and confusion. Saying it broke up, saying that putting out plumes that have now changed to dust and ice, which is lies. They haven't put out the pictures. NASA's not responding to anybody. So it's clearly a cover-up, and they're trying to wait for it to go by and get the hell out of here. So with that, man, stay prayed up. Don't be amazed at the signs of heaven or dismayed. Us, we're hastening the day and waiting for our Lord Yahushua to return. All right, not some little green aliens. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.